Good evening and welcome back. I'm Teddy, and you are listening to Analyze This Mess because somebody has to say it. Tonight is D for Don't Remember. Well, because somebody has to say it. Tonight is. All right, so I've got another tab open. I just closed it. Let me hang on. Let me pause that one. At least I'm getting started early, right? Okay. As I was saying, tonight is D for Don't Remember. Analyze this mess because somebody has to say it. But before I get into it, tonight I listened to Cups of Conversations video from yesterday because I didn't listen to it while it was live. And I just wanted to say I listened to the entire video broadcast, and wow, it was a lot in that video. And it took a lot of courage for Cups of Conversations to go live and play that video and tell her truth and her very personal story, around some family difficulties and even passing, which would include, very close family members. I'll just put it like that, a member, to an illness, and then a very dear friend of hers. All of this occurring in 2024, along with her own, personal story before she left YouTube and then while away for the 2.5 years. So you've endured a lot. We didn't know about that. I didn't know anything about that. So I'll just say you're in my prayers. And yeah, so I wish you the best in dealing with everything that's you've had to deal with. It had to be devastating, and I will just say that. And there was something else that you said at the end, the apology to Tales from the Cult. Again, I listened to everything, and maybe at some point, we'll circle back to that after. Maybe I can just ask you something offline just to make sure, because I have a number of videos. So, whether or not, certain things, if I play them now, I don't know if it would remind you of certain things. So, you know, we'll see how that all plays out. So, again, um, to Couples of Conversations. Welcome back to YouTube. You left. It was personal and a decision that was made, and I trust that God will continue to um, give you grace. How about that? And mercy, yeah, and strength, because we all need that. Yeah, it's Sunday. I didn't come on this morning. Yeah. So let's get into this. We are going over to station head. There's a maybe couple things that I want to discuss before we go over. I listened to portions of a couple of videos. One was Kimmy's video from yesterday. I think someone said, listen to it. Of course, I didn't listen to all of it, but I did listen to some of it. Remember from last night, someone said, you need to go and listen to that. So I did listen to some of it. All right. And so that's one thing. We'll get into it. What was the other? Wow, there's just. I also listened to a little bit of Maggie's video. I believe it was from this afternoon. Guys, I'm just, very, very busy. But yes, it would have been the one from today. All right, so maybe I can start with something as simple as that one. Or let me just kick off the programming by saying this. Yeah. It's really two parts. We'll start with the one for Maggie's real quick. So sometimes some things are so obvious, that you almost feel silly saying them out loud. But here we are. This has to do with the question that came up or the debate around doxing. All right. So I will just say this. If you post a video of your child's birthday party with your child's face, your house in the background, and maybe even a street sign peeking in, that's not just sharing a memory. That's giving the world a GPS pin straight to your doorstep. Hang on for 1 second. Please have that. And here's the kicker. When someone else later says, she has your address, suddenly you're mad at them. Or they say, they have your child's school or something like that picture. Well, I ran this through AI to get a feedback analysis, doxing and all that with the scenario. AI says, no, my dear. The internet didn't expose your child. You did. It's not doxing if you were the one holding the camera. Doxing is about non-consensual disclosure. If you posted it publicly first, you were the original source. Especially when you think about children's safety and risk. Posting identifiable images and locations of minors to begin with is risky. You can't take it back once it's online. Even without an address typed out, background details, mailbox, cars, landmarks, any of these kinds of things can identify a location. Shifting the blame. I kind of heard some of that. Anger often gets redirected to the messenger. Why? To avoid owning the mistake. Posting is a choice. Once made, you can't claim surprise when others notice. Weaponizing the term dox, using doxing accusations to create drama or a legal angle. There's a lot of that going on here. There is. Let's put some context around it. What's normal in your private circle can become dangerous in public spaces. Even if you delete it, screenshots and downloads can live on forever. There's a hypocrisy factor also. Accusing someone else of endangering your privacy when you've done it yourself weakens your credibility. You can't toss the keys to the internet, then accuse someone else of breaking in. That's not a dox. There's a lot more I can say on that. When something is public information, let me see how I want to say this to continue with it. There's certain things that are private. There's certain things in records that are private. We know that. Medical records, okay? Court sealed documents, okay? When someone pulls court sealed documents and posts those, that's doxing, okay? When someone reads from a court document that is available to the public, I'm not talking about access to documents that are not available to the public. Backdoor document or backdoor access. That's not what I'm talking about. But I just wanted to make a point because I heard someone say or ask, do you support doxing? Either you do or you don't. You know, it's back and forth. And then the question of, well, you dox this or dox that. At the end of the day, AI seemed to think that, you know, there's some hypocrisy here. Because if you want, you know, to post pictures of your child and that kind of information, maybe people need to rethink, especially on this platform. I don't dox children. I'm yet waiting for someone to prove that I've doxed anyone on this platform at all. At all. Doxing is not getting defined properly, but it's being thrown around quite a bit, at least when it comes to my name. Okay. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of false accusations. There's enough to go around. Okay. Now, let's move on to the next thing. Or maybe should I just take a quick pause? Because I haven't even put up fair use commentary. I wanted to just get that out. All right. It has, so we got one, we got two. Now we're going to come to D for don't remember. But before we do that, shout out to the mob, all my other bears. I call the Grizzlies and the Honey Bears. Please hit the like on your way in. Yes, there is a lot of shifting the blame. Fair use commentary. I see my moderators and the link to D for Danielle on station head is at the top pin. I think what I'm probably going to do, if it runs too long, maybe I'll just, come back and end YouTube. I'm hoping that I can just get through it. All right. There's some things that I want to play on YouTube. Maybe just a small portion of Kimmy's video, maybe like just a minute, all right, to make my point, because it transitions into what I'm going to play on station head. Again, there's a lot here. Bear with me, you know, all right. And please be respectful and mindful of the words that you use in the chat. All right, so let me think. Okay, I'll do it like this. So, you see the title of the broadcast. D for Don't Remember. Well, yesterday, Kimmy played a clip or video. Within that video, there's a clip where incoming opinion swears that she never started anything between me and her, that she didn't start it. But let's get the timeline straight. Back in 2023, whatever was happening was strictly between me and Danielle Robertson. That's it. Until Danielle popped up on incoming opinions panel. And that's where things turned messy. Incoming didn't know me. I didn't know her either. Never had a conversation with me at all. But because she called herself a mini me of Danny's, her words, she decided to jump on Danielle's bandwagon. And from there, it somewhat escalated. At least a suggestion that turned into a wellness check, a call to the police, suggested by incoming opinion. Oh, Danny, you should call the police on her. Oh, really? That's when I learned. Who is this person? Incoming. I call her in and out. I said, I don't know this person. Who is telling or making a suggestion to Danielle to make another wellness check? Yes. Of course, that's going to get my attention. We're talking about another one. Okay. Let's do that. Yes. Another one. Sharon says, I did not know this. Yeah, that was in June of 2023. To put some context around it, why was Danielle jumping up on her panel? They were talking, or before she came on her panel, Incoming was talking about the voice analysis. She was talking about hear her, she was talking about me, and this voice analysis of Danielle Elizabeth. Okay. Tiger Licious says, all of a sudden she has amnesia. I remember, Teddy. That's why I call it D for don't remember. Incoming. I don't have a beef with incoming, but something like that needs to be corrected because there's too many new people on this platform. And I don't necessarily go to people's chats. I may listen occasionally in the bushes, but mainly what I will do is a replay, a portion of the replay. And if I hear something like that, I make a decision and say, no, wait a minute. All these people that are listening, people asking questions, I saw the chat. I believe Plotter asked a question or made a comment. There were different people. And she was very vague. Oh, I think I kind of, maybe I could have said something like that. No, you said it. And then, well, she did get around to finally saying, yeah, I could see myself saying that. But then she said, but I didn't make the phone call. Okay. But it came like maybe a day after, or a day or two. The dates are there. I could just pull it. So, yeah, what gives you the right? You didn't know me. No, I'm saying it. That is something very direct. So you're going to tell or suggest because you're a mini me of Danielle. Were you trying to impress her? Oh, wait a minute. Didn't somebody else ask a question about was there a time when there was maybe just a temporary beef or something? Like, oh, that's right. Danielle said something about incoming. And incoming said, well, if I didn't know about that, if I didn't know about really, you don't remember? That's what she said. I don't remember. I don't remember. I don't remember. Well, maybe we need to pull out your video that you deleted. Oh, y'all better leave me alone. Because I didn't listen to your 9-hour video in and out. But I definitely have that one. And we'll go over to Station Head and we will listen to a portion of it when D for Danielle came up on your platform and you were asking her questions about me. Yes. Just this is why it's important to have these receipts because people delete the truth and then they can walk away and say, I don't remember. Oh, I didn't say that. I'd never say that. Oh, I can't imagine that this person would be like this or that. Even people up on the platform. And I remember, and we'll call out a few people up on the platform. Uh-huh. Was it St. Hudson, like the Hudson River? I remember Hudson because, well, you had a lot to say about it too, St. Hudson. I don't have a beef with you and I didn't know you, but you sure had to put your 2 or 3 cents in, making a suggestion to underscore that maybe she should call somebody on me too. I don't know you. You don't know me. But you certainly were dropping hints of what you thought that D for Danielle should do. But maybe you just didn't know, Hudson, and none of you had the background, the backdrop, the real story. Of course, she talked about, when she talked about the Halloween, and that was in October of 2021. But there was a months and a space of time between that she doesn't talk about. And of course, she's going to twist the narrative and put up post or whatever. But unless you know the story and the context, it wasn't done in any vindictive, malicious way at all. It wasn't intended to be the way she's describing it. I'm in a lawsuit with her right now. So I'm not going to, speak very much on that. But I'm going to let you hear because In and Out seems to remember and forget, like in one ear and out the other. Okay. No, I don't have a beef with her. But receipts are receipts. And before people just walk away, because no one can really defend me but me because I have the receipts, because no one else does. I don't expect them to. But something as critical as that, yeah, I want to point it out. Mm-hmm. Not because I want to beef with her at all. I just want to remind people, let them hear. Yeah. What she asked, Danny, she's like, she was kind of interviewing her. Tell me more, that kind of thing. Yeah. All right. So, what else on that? As I was saying. And it was there that it kind of escalated, but to a point. And that's when I talked about, the police being called. Yes, incoming opinion told Danielle to call another wellness check on me. Not the first one, another one. And what happened a couple of days later? Danielle did exactly that. Another wellness check, another misuse of the system. Now it's 2025. They want to act like they had no part in starting it, like they were just innocent bystanders. But the receipts don't lie. The clip is there. The words are there. The sequence is there. She started it. She made mention that I said, she's a what, sister or cousin or something like that. Yes, I was beginning to think at one point there must be some type of relationship there. But again, you have to know the context. I was talking about the, Daniel Elizabeth, talking about 2021, talking about all the people who were involved, one of which was a simian, and that would be Rocky. I'm not going to get into the long story, but if you followed, you would know. Okay. Raquel was a cousin of, not was, she is a cousin of Monique Tolbert. Monique Tolbert, on her mother's side, there is Simeons. Okay. And a Simeon clearly joined the membership of In and Out. It's just curious in all this big, big world, right? Whole wide world. In and Out starts her YouTube channel. Soon to follow are Simeons coming to her channel. So, no, I don't know that, but I'm like, wow. So we've got Simeons over on In and Out's channel. We've got Simeons on Danielle's channel. These are people related to the Simeon family. Okay. So I just said, well, maybe, maybe they know her. Maybe she's related in some way. She called herself a mini me. I don't know. She sure got Danny's attention straight away. Okay. So if you don't have the context, then you don't understand why I would even say that. So she's going to throw things out. People are going to throw things out. But people don't ask me. People don't come to my platform. She said she came one time and she heard me talking about, that voice. She was following Hear Her. Hear Her TV had, her approach to it. Danielle did not tell the truth when she got up on that platform and talked to In and Out. She did not tell the truth. But you will hear her. I will play it. Okay. She didn't. Okay. Baby Juju says you mentioned her in situations, but you never just did a video on her or focus on her. No. I didn't even know. I didn't even know who Incoming was. I only heard about it when I learned about who's this telling, wants to call the police. Now, that's going to, cause anyone to pause. Yeah, I'm going to go check it out. And I'm going to download it. And she's going to delete it. And I haven't talked about the video, now have I, until today? The 9-hour video. Yeah, I have it. She deleted it. I don't just play things to play things. It's a receipt, it's a point. I'll play some of it. I'm not even going to go through 9. It's in there. Okay? But I'll let you hear when Danielle went up on her platform. And others who are saying things like Hudson and the others. Mm-hmm. Yes, Cups of Conversations. Good evening. Says, wait, IO wanted to call the cops on you. She suggested to Danielle. She said to call. Told Danny, you should call, make another wellness check on Teddy. Yes, everybody heard it, except she can't remember. hmm So when she was on Kimmy's panel on yesterday, people believed everything she said and no one could have a rebuttal. Okay. I did mention something else. Who was it? Was it Plotter? It was somebody. Let's see. What's the name of that video? Hang on. Hold on. The video that Danielle created that would answer Plotter's question or comment about, I think it was Plotter, that incoming, she didn't have much to say and she couldn't remember it, right? Well, the video is called Jaguar Right. Jag spun that narrative on TJ. Jag lies on me and incoming pressed over my post. I'm not going to play that one either, but I got it. I don't know why. That one, I wanted. There was something there. So that can debunk what she says too. So there was a time when Danielle, you can call it chastised in and out. She didn't have very much to say to Danny. How come? Was she intimidated by Danielle? She said she was a mini me. Uh-huh. So when somebody says, I don't remember, that's because videos have disappeared. And they can say that until you bring out the receipts. And she says, well, bring out receipts. But if I bring out receipts, nobody believes them. Because no one would believe me without receipts. People don't believe me with receipts. I'm just over here in the bear cave. I just stay over here. Mm-hmm. And everyone thinks that I'm making stuff up. I'm not. And I'm not walking around my neighborhood knuckle dragging and chasing after people and my neighbors. That's not who I am. But the narrative is out there. Bring some receipts. And you can hear that is just a little disturbing because those kinds of stories and narratives get pushed out to literally thousands of people. And that's what Danielle ultimately wanted. Mm-hmm. People to sign off on things. Yes, Danny 2.0. That's the way she thought of herself. Maybe she still thinks that way. But I have her saying that. Yes, mini me. So if she's going to have anything to say, oh, you wanted to become Danielle. No, you called yourself mini me. I never said I wanted to be Danny. No. Having an AI voice recording tool that is out there for the public prior to even telling her about the voice, telling her, that means that I had it. Like it was nothing new. It was more like courtesy. If you hear it, it's this or that. We'll leave that for another day. That's correct. She strikes my receipts. Every single receipt, cups of conversation, she strikes, even down to 6 seconds of her laughter. Anything, everything. So let my receipts play, but no, that's telling in and of itself. I'm going to play in and outs over on Station Head because I dare say that Danielle would masquerade quite possibly if I played it on YouTube. Why? Even though she would be on someone else's panel, she would strike it, right? So just in case people say, oh, you're going to play her on Station Head, why are you not going to play it on YouTube? Because you're going to hear Danielle's voice. That's why. I don't take any chances. She has struck my channel for no reason except she wants it down, okay? Yes, Rare Group said, and the robot pretended to be Teddy's niece. She did. Impersonated Nosy Whole Life. She's an impersonator. Impersonated Daniel Elizabeth Allen. Impersonated Cups of Conversations. Barbara. I'll just put it like that. She impersonated. Guys, you don't even know this, do you? Danielle Robertson impersonated, absolutely 100% impersonated Cups of Conversations real person. When she called, she made this call looking for legal, like a court payments, we'll just say. Remember, her history dictates that she calls all the courts and she calls and gets records and does all that. That's not defamation. That's receipts that I have. Okay. She calls the first day. All right. She's asking about whether a ticket has been paid of Cups of Conversation. She gives a name. Sharita. Was it Sharita the first day? Her sister, right? I believe I have it in the right order. If I don't, I have the receipt. And so the woman gives her the information. She thanks her. Okay, girl. And then the next day, the very next day, she calls in again. So the woman, it's the same woman who answered and spoke to her the first time. She said, "Didn't you call yesterday?" So quickly, she, I'm just, I just need to check on this. Well, where's her sister to begin with? So she's calling for her sister. Well, that was my sister, but now are you? And now she's Barbara. This is the second day. That's my sister. That's what she said. That was my sister. I mean, get your lie together, Danielle. And I can say the lie because that's what it is. It's in your voice, whether or not you pushed it through a voice box, it was modified, it was you. Period. So she impersonates. Period. People don't know that. All these newbies. That video was deleted too, but I have it for a rainy day. So that when I say Danielle impersonates in my lawsuit, I have receipts. I'm not going to sit up here and defame her. Defamation is lies, and lies that are intended to harm or malicious intent. She has defamed me, and I have receipts, but that's for another day, and it's in my case. Okay? Yes. And then she tried to challenge Cups when she made a video about impersonation. Yeah. So no matter what Danielle does, whether she knows 100% that she impersonates someone, that she's lying about someone, that she's committing fraud, filling out legal documents, being Jane Doe, being this person, being that person, saying I didn't receive this, saying I didn't receive that, saying this or that, I don't believe any of it because she has a history. It's not a one-off. And the judge doesn't know all of this. I still haven't heard the results and I don't know what they are. The case could be thrown out. I keep saying that, so I don't know. But the history is there and the truth is there, and people need to hear the truth. So, yes, that happened to Cups of Conversations. So this has been a long-standing beef, and now recently we've learned that Cups of Conversation received 2 strikes. Or, like if she doesn't remove, so she didn't get the strike yet because it's 7 days. But Danielle and her sidekick, best bosom buddy, Black Rabbit, claim videos. So she will receive strikes if she doesn't remove the video. Okay? Yeah. It's crazy, I know. So anyway, I was talking about Kimmy's video. I talked about a little bit about Madge's. So we're still on Kimmy's, all right? So anyway, Io is up on the panel. And she has selective amnesia from 2023. Oh, it's been so long she can't remember. I mean, who would remember calling in, telling someone to call the police on someone? Maybe it's done often. I don't know. Okay. So tonight we are pressing play. Because again, it's one thing to say that you don't remember. It's another thing when the internet remembers for you. And trust me, after tonight, you will remember incoming. All right, so give me a second. I'm not set up on station head just yet. Okay, so talk amongst yourself. Hang on. All right, so we are live on station head. The link is at the top of the chat. Oh, I said that I was going to play. Wait a minute. Let's see, where is it? Oh, so come back over. This just will take a second to play this less than 1 minute when IO is up on the panel. And someone is asking her, I think Kimmy is asking her one of the questions.
I work that shit.
Okay. So I haven't turned off the volume yet. Okay, or turned it down. So let me put the sign back up. Come on back over, analyze this. All right, so let me just play this part and then I will join you guys over there. Okay, where is it? I think I got it queued up. Fair use commentary for criticism. My commentary. This is from Happy Saturday of Kimmy's life.
Shit. I need a link to get in that motherfucker. Okay? So all this
He
bullshit.
came in Teddy chat and said she needed another wellness check. Didn't the police come to Teddy house? What? You did that in comment?
I said Teddy needed another wellness check. I may have said that, but I didn't do the wellness check. I said she needed another one because she was fucking with me and harassing me because she thought I was some kin to Danny. Okay? Danny came on my panel on my backup channel. Teddy picked apart the shit for like 2 months. All right, she picked apart because it was like 5 hour live on my backup channel. She picked this shit apart, accusing me of all type of shit. And I did probably say I don't remember it, but it sounded like me. But that wasn't a motherfucking big. Do I got the right to defend myself around this motherfucker? Huh? Anytime I defend myself with anybody, it's a motherfucking problem. I won't be on here for 2 or 3 weeks. Bitches run my name all around this bitch. Soon as I defend myself, it's a fucking problem. Get the fuck out of here.
Fly said,
All type of, and I did the same shit with Kimmy. When Kimmy was saying I was Danny, Kimmy, somebody hit me up in my DM and said, Kimmy saying you Danny. I came over here, I was laughing like a motherfucker. I was in Kimmy chat. And Kimmy was saying she got proof and everything. I came on Kimmy panel and I played Luke's song. Because at the time, Kimmy and Jack was cool and everybody was calling Jack Uncle Luke. And then I said, we are the world.
All right. So she said the 5 hour video was 9 hours. And she said I gave commentary on it for 2 months. I did not. And she said she has the right to defend herself. Well, I have the right to play this portion of the video. Yeah. So she forgot how it started. That's not how it started. Okay. It's not me says, listen at how she yells out of nowhere like DR. Neither can hide her crazy for too long. Okay. Fair use commentary. All right. Now let's go over to station head. On 3, 2, 1. All right, so we are back here. For those of you who joined me over on Station Head, we took a listen to when she jumped up on the panel and interviewed Danielle. She was talking about Daniel Elizabeth Allen interrogation, and also she talked about, gave her story, her version of how things started between her and I. Uh, Incoming also, she was prodding her for questions. And I will play the part when she asked about the wellness check. What do you think so far? Yes, and we're back. Mhm. Brought it back. What is this? Jennifer Loves Pew says that brought back a lot of memories. There's a lot of information, and these videos were so long. And it's like, if I just, try to search for my name and I could see in the chats, yeah. Oh, you can't hear me. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Okay. So the mic wasn't open. Hang on. Hang on. Let me just. So you can hear me now. Did you hear? Did you hear anything? Did you hear the conversation of on this channel of that video or no? Is that yes, baby Juju? Did you hear any conversation from the video? I'll have to check because I don't want to play any of that video here. Okay. Yeah, but it's interesting, isn't it? So about 30 seconds, no sound. Okay. Wait a minute. But you didn't hear any video playing, right? Okay. That makes sense. Very revealing. I know I covered quite a few things. Thank you. All right. When people go up on panels and they say things, unless you hear receipts. Yeah, I just checked that, Vicky. Thank you. I just made sure. I have to remember. Yeah. Because otherwise I have to, and maybe what I will do is just private it and look at and edit it to see, and then I'll just put it back on if it's there. I don't think it's there. Okay. And I may edit out something from this video too. Mhm. And then station head, I will leave up maybe overnight or just for an hour or two. Okay. Great. It is just about 11 o'clock. For those of you who want to reach out to me, you can do it on email at unwindwithteddy@gmail.com. All right. I will edit this out because I don't want the blank space. Who is Angela? Right at the end. Okay. Good evening. Email me. But now it's time to say goodnight. Yeah, when I go back and forth between the two, then I just come back and wrap things up. Let me see if there was anything else, other points before I just think. Again, receipts don't lie. The clips are there, the words are there, the sequence is there, and we just press play. That's it. hmm Real time. Anything else before I say goodnight? You're from Maggie's channel. Okay. Yeah, I don't remember everyone. Maybe you've been over here before, Angela. Welcome back. Yeah. And shout out to, everyone. It was fair use commentary. The maybe 40 or 50 seconds that I used from Kimmy's clip, I gave her credit for that clip. And yeah, anything else? You have been on YouTube since 2024. Then you've missed a lot. And shout out once again to Cups of Conversations. I listened to your video. It was very moving, very powerful. Welcome back. You always try to get on. Polly always shares the link. Well, welcome. All right. That's going to do it for me. Biggest bear hugs go out to all the grizzlies and the honey bears. Yeah. Hope you have a good night's rest. Join me sometime tomorrow. But that's it. Thanks for watching. Until next time, I'm Teddy. Good night.